They think you have failed. They look at your silence, your withdrawal, your lack of posts on social media, and they assume you have given up. They whisper that you have lost your edge, that you are falling behind, that you are irrelevant. Good. Let them think that. In fact, encourage it. Because while they are busy broadcasting every mundane detail of their average lives, you are about to execute the most powerful psychological maneuver a man can make in the modern era. You are about to initiate ghost mode. But before we begin, you need to understand exactly what year it is. Look at the calendar. It is nearly 2025. This is not 2015 anymore. The rules of the game have changed fundamentally. We are entering an era of hyper-competition and artificial intelligence that is going to wipe out the average man like a tidal wave hitting a sandcastle. The economy is tightening. The algorithms are getting smarter. The social dynamics are becoming more ruthless. If you are still operating on the software of the past, seeking validation, chasing attention, trying to be liked, you are already dead. You just haven't stopped breathing yet. Ghost mode is not about running away. It is not about depression. It is not about hiding in your room because you are afraid of the world. No, that is cowardice. True ghost mode, the dark Stoic way, is strategic withdrawal. It is the military tactic of pulling your forces back from the front line, not to surrender, but to regroup, rearm, and prepare for a nuclear strike on your goals. It is the understanding that you cannot build an empire while you are constantly distracted by the noise of the circus. Look around you. Most men are drowning in noise. They wake up and immediately check their notifications. They spend their days reacting to other people's agendas. They scroll through infinite feeds of women they will never meet, buying products they don't need, arguing with strangers about politics they don't understand. They are leaking energy. Every comment, every like, every moment of outrage is a leak in their fuel tank. And then they wonder why they are exhausted. They wonder why they have no drive. They are empty because they have given pieces of themselves to everyone else. To become unrecognizable in 2025, you must stop the leak. You must sever the connection. This scares people. Humans are social animals. We are terrified of being forgotten. The thought of disappearing for 6 months, of going silent, triggers a primal fear of abandonment in your brain. But you must conquer this fear. You must realize that your fear of missing out, your FOMO, is the chain that keeps you a slave. What are you actually missing out on? Another party? Another trend? Another meaningless conversation? You are missing out on your own potential. You are trading your future for a dopamine hit in the present. The Ghost Mode protocol requires you to embrace the JOMO, the joy of missing out. It requires you to look at the social world and say, I am not available. Not because you are arrogant, but because you are expensive. Your time is expensive. Your attention is expensive. And right now, you cannot afford to spend it on anything that does not build your power. In 2025, privacy is the ultimate luxury. Mystery is the ultimate currency. When you disappear, you create a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. People will start to wonder. They will ask, where did he go? What is he doing? This curiosity is more powerful than any post you could ever make. By removing your presence, you increase your value. But this is not just a trick. It is not just about making people miss you. It is about clearing the deck for the hard, brutal work that is coming. Because once the door closes and the lights go out, the real war begins.
Now, before we get to the mechanics of the protocol, we must install the operating system. You cannot run high-level software on hardware that is still programmed for weakness. We need to talk about stoicism, but not the watered-down gentle stoicism you see on Instagram quote pages. We are not here to talk about accepting your feelings or finding tranquility in a meadow. That is stoicism for tourists. That is for people who want to feel better, not from men who want to become better. We're dealing with dark Stoicism. What is the difference? Traditional Stoicism teaches you to endure the storm. Dark Stoicism teaches you to become the storm. Traditional Stoicism tells you to ignore the opinions of others to find peace. Dark Stoicism tells you to weaponize your silence to gain power. It is not passive, it is aggressive. It is not about retreating from the world because you are hurt. It is about stepping back to sharpen the blade. It acknowledges a fundamental truth of human psychology that polite society ignores. Scarcity breeds value. Abundance breeds contempt. Look at yourself right now. Be honest. You are too available. You are cheap. Like a flyer handed out on a street corner, you are everywhere, and therefore you are worth nothing. You reply to texts instantly, you say yes to every invitation, you pour your thoughts into comment sections that no one reads. You are flooding the market with your presence, and basic economics dictates that when supply is high, demand hits zero. You have become a commodity, and commodities are used, traded, and discarded. Dark Stoicism flips this dynamic. It demands that you artificially create a recession of you. It requires you to become the rarest resource in your circle. When you enter ghost mode, you are not just working on yourself. You are engaging in psychological warfare against the perception others have of you. By removing your attention, you starve them. And when you starve people of attention, they realize how much they actually needed it. Silence is an amplifier. It makes people lean in. It makes them question themselves. Did I offend him? Why doesn't he care anymore? Has he found something better? This brings us to the concept of the void. In 2025, everyone is screaming to be heard. The noise is deafening. By choosing silence, you become a void, a black hole in a universe of flashing lights. A black hole is terrifying, but it is also possessing of immense gravitational pull. You want to have that gravity. You want to be the man who sits at the table and listens, observing with eyes that see everything but reveal nothing. This is the poker face of the soul. It forces others to project their own insecurities onto you, while you remain an unsolvable riddle. But there is a darker fuel we need to discuss. Traditional self-help tells you to forgive and forget. It tells you to let go of anger. Dark Stoicism disagrees. It says, use the anger. Anger is energy. Rejection is nuclear fuel. The disrespect you felt, the times you were overlooked, the ex-girlfriend who treated you like an option, do not forget them. Do not forgive them yet. Take that dark energy and channel it into the furnace.
You see, ghost mode requires sustained intensity. Motivation, that warm, fuzzy feeling you get after watching a Rocky movie, will burn out in 3 days. But spite burns forever. The desire to prove them wrong, the desire to make them regret losing you, is a sustainable resource if you learn how to control it. This is not about being bitter. It is about being driven by a force that is stronger than hope. Hope is passive. Determination, fueled by the refusal to be average, is active. This leads us to the controlled monster. Jordan Peterson said you should be a monster, then learn to control it. Most men in 2025 are not monsters, they are rabbits. They are harmless, and therefore their virtue is not real. A rabbit doesn't abstain from violence because it is moral, it abstains because it is weak. A monster who chooses peace is virtuous. Ghost mode is the training camp where you build the monster. You build the physical strength that makes you intimidating. You build the financial war chest that makes you independent. You build the intellect that makes you sharp. You must understand that we are entering an economic war. The middle class is being hollowed out. The safety nets are disappearing. In this new world, you are either a predator or you are prey. There is no middle ground anymore. The predator is focused, silent, and calculating. The prey is loud, distracted, and reactive. Ghost mode is the metamorphosis from prey to predator. It is the decision to stop grazing with the sheep and start hunting with the wolves. But be warned, this philosophy is dangerous. It will isolate you. When you stop playing by their social rules, people will get uncomfortable. They will try to drag you back into the bucket. They will use guilt. You've changed. They will use shame. You think you're better than us? Your response to this must be absolute dark Stoic indifference. You do not explain. You do not apologize. You simply observe. Because a lion does not explain himself to a hyena. He simply exists, and his existence is the dominance. This mindset shift is non-negotiable. Before you delete the apps, before you hit the gym, you must kill the part of you that craves their approval. You must become comfortable with being the villain in their story so you can be the hero in yours. Once you accept this, once you accept that you are alone and that no one is coming to save you, you are ready for the protocol. You are ready to execute the 3 phases of ghost mode.
Enough philosophy. Let's talk about execution. The ghost mode protocol is divided into 3 distinct phases. You cannot skip steps. You cannot negotiate with the process. This is a surgical procedure on your life, and surgery is painful before it is healing. We begin with phase 1, the social death. The first thing you must do is sever the digital umbilical cord. Your phone is not a tool anymore. It is a leash. It is a tracking device for your slavery. For the next 6 months, you are going to commit digital suicide. This means deleting Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and any dating apps from your phone. I don't mean limiting screen time. I mean deleting them. You need to stop consuming the curated lies of other people's lives. Every time you scroll, you are flooding your brain with cheap dopamine that you didn't earn. You are training your brain to be a spectator, not a player. This leads us to the traitor list. This is the part that will make you angry, but you need this anger. When you go silent, when you stop initiating texts, when you stop being the nice guy who is always available, watch what happens. Watch who checks on you. Watch who reaches out to see if you are okay. And more importantly, watch who doesn't. You will realize that 90% of the people you call friends are actually energy vampires. They only liked you because you were convenient. They only liked you because you were a willing audience for their drama. Keep a list. Write down the names of the people who forget you the moment you stop entertaining them. These are the traitors. Do not fight them. Do not argue with them. Just silently remove them. This is the purge. You cannot ascend to the next level of your life carrying dead weight. If they are not fueling your growth, they are anchoring your stagnation. Cut the rope. Let them drift away. It is better to walk alone as a lion than to drag a corpse through the desert. Once you have cleared the parasites, you enter phase 2, the shadow work. This is where the monk mode begins. Your life for the next 6 months will be boring to the outside world, but intense on the inside. You are focusing on 2 pillars, the body and the bank account. Let's talk about the body. In the animal kingdom, size and capability dictate respect. It is primal. It is biological. You cannot be a ghost if you are physically weak. You need to train not for health, but for danger. You need to lift heavy. You need to learn a combat sport, boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Why? Because knowing you can handle violence changes the way you walk into a room. It changes your eye contact. It gives you a dangerous calm. When you know you are a weapon, you don't need to bark. A chihuahua barks. A pit bull watches. Be the pit bull. Then, the bank account. Remember the economic war I mentioned? 2025 is the year of the skill gap. AI is replacing mediocrity. During ghost mode, you are not just working your 9 to 5. You are spending your evenings building a fortress. You are learning high-income skills. You are starting that side business. You are studying investment. While your friends are at the bar spending money they don't have to impress women they don't like, you are in the shadows, stacking resources. You are buying your freedom. Now, we arrive at the most controversial part of the protocol, the part everyone asks about, women and the ghost. How does ghost mode affect your dating life? Listen closely because this is dark psychology 101. The biggest mistake men make is chasing. They pursue, they compliment, they validate, they hand over all their power on a silver platter. And what is the result? She gets bored. She pulls away. She loses attraction because there is no mystery. When you enter ghost mode, you inadvertently become the most attractive man in her orbit. Why? Because you are unavailable. You are the unsolvable riddle. Women are naturally drawn to what they cannot control. It is the cat string theory. You dangle the string, she chases. You drop the string, she loses interest. You are the string. By withdrawing your attention to focus on your mission, you trigger her anxiety. Why isn't he texting? Who is he with? Is he too good for me?
This is the power of dark stoicism in romance. Do nothing. If she pulls away, do nothing. If she tests you, do nothing. If she leaves, let her go. Your indifference is your shield and your sword. A man who is terrified of losing a woman will always lose her. A man who is willing to walk away because his mission is more important than her validation is the man she will fight to keep. During these 6 months, you are not chasing women, you are building the kingdom. And a king does not chase, he attracts. If they want to be part of your life, they must knock on the door of your castle. And right now, the castle is closed for renovations. Finally, Phase 3, Emotional Castration. I use the word castration deliberately to shock you, but what I mean is emotional sterilization. You must sterilize your reactions. In 2025, people are addicted to outrage. They want a reaction out of you. Your boss wants to see you stressed. Your partner wants to see you jealous. The internet wants to see you angry. Deny them everything. Practice the poker face until it hurts. When chaos erupts around you, you are the eye of the storm. You are still, you are silent. This is not suppressing emotion, it is mastering it. It is looking at a stressful situation and saying, this does not require my energy. This level of control terrifies people. It makes you unpredictable. And in a world of predictable emotional men, the unpredictable Stoic man is the one who holds all the cards. You are not a robot, you are a mountain. Winds blow, storms rage, but the mountain does not move. These 3 phases, social death, shadow work, and emotional control, are the triad of your transformation. It will be lonely, it will be hard, you will doubt yourself, but remember the alternative. The alternative is to remain average. The alternative is to be slowly erased by the year 2025. The choice is yours. Fade away into irrelevance or disappear into the darkness to forge a legend.
6 months later, the door opens. You walk back into the room. The same people, the same noise, but something is different. The atmosphere shifts. Heads turn. Conversations pause. They look at you, and for a split second, they don't recognize you. You are leaner. You are sharper. There is a weight to your presence that wasn't there before. You don't rush to say hello. You don't smile desperately for approval. You simply nod. And that nod carries more authority than 1,000 words you used to speak. This is the return. This moment, this specific moment of re-entry, is the payoff. It is the proof that the darkness didn't break you, it forged you. But the man who returns is not the same man who left. You have learned things in the shadows that they will never understand in the light. You return with 3 fundamental lessons engraved on your soul. Lesson number 1. Solitude is power, not loneliness. Before ghost mode, you were terrified of being alone. You thought it meant you were unloved. Now you understand that solitude is the laboratory of greatness. You learn that when you strip away the voices of others, you finally hear your own intuition. You realized that a man who can be happy alone is invincible because he cannot be manipulated. You don't need their parties. You don't need their validation. You choose to be there, or you choose to leave. That is true freedom. Lesson number 2. Silence is the ultimate weapon. You used to think you had to explain yourself to be understood. You used to argue. You used to defend your dreams. Now you know that lions do not explain themselves. You learned that talking about your goals releases the pressure needed to achieve them. You learned to move in silence, to execute in the dark, and to let your results be the only noise you make. You realize that people fear and respect what they cannot figure out. Your silence has become your armor.
Lesson number 3. You must kill the old you to save the new you. This is the hardest lesson. You realize that you couldn't bring everyone with you. You had to leave friends behind. You had to leave habits behind. You had to mourn the death of your old identity. But you also learned that this sacrifice was necessary. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. To become the monster, the rabbit had to die. You don't hate the old version of yourself, but you pity him. He was asleep. You are awake. This brings me to my final message for you. 2025 is fast approaching. It is not just a change in the calendar, it is a shift in the hierarchy. The gap between the rulers and the servers, the predators and the prey, is widening every single day. The world does not care about your feelings. It does not care about your excuses. It only respects one thing: leverage. And leverage comes from competence, from discipline, and from the ability to stand alone when the storm comes. Ghost mode is not a punishment. It is a gift you give to your future self. It is 6 months of pain for a lifetime of power. Do not let the fear of missing out keep you trapped in a life of mediocrity. The party will still be there in 6 months. The girls will still be there. The internet will still be there. But your window of opportunity to change your life? That is closing. So, I ask you now, are you ready to disappear? Are you ready to become unrecognizable? Most men will watch this video, get a rush of motivation, and then click on the next distraction. They will do nothing. They are tourists in the land of Stoicism. But you, if you are still listening, you are different. You are ready. Here is your oath. Do not just watch, act. Go to the comment section right now. Do not write a long paragraph. Do not tell me your life story. I want you to write one thing: the date you are starting and the words, "I am gone." Example, November 27th, I am gone. Treat that comment as a contract signed in blood. Do not reply to anyone else. Do not come back to check the likes. Leave that comment, turn off your phone, and step into the darkness. We will be waiting for you on the other side. See you in 6 months.